Hey, what's happening, Rangers? Welcome back to Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
Hi-ya!
It's time for us to tackle arcade mode with... Oh, wow. Oh, that's right. We did Time Force Pink and Mystic White on our PS4.
Oh,
so we're
yeah.
doing Lord Zedd,
Whoa.
Emperor of all he sees.
It's morphin' time!
Which it's kind of amazing that he can see out of that red tinted visor, but...
Yes! And this is the question of the day, if anyone knows. Is that his face, or is that his mask? Or is his face his mask? Like,
that's really the...
What is going on? Okay, maybe you have a better question of the day,
No,
Luke.
that's fine. So we're going to do all the DLC characters, but evilized versions of them. And we'll bring in Goldar. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe, hit up our playlist, because we are doing a week of Lord Zedd versus videos based on your guys' requests.
Ooh.
We've even got a Zedd versus Goldar.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
gonna release. There's lots of fun, interesting ones. So there are now 15 characters in Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, which there needs to be
Whoa.
more.
I want your opinion. Give it to you.
All right, Zedd.
That was kind of rude.
Yeah, it was kind of rude, but he just wants to beat up on the Green Ranger. Oh, that laugh
That's right.
never gets old.
He is. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, we are having so much fun playing as Lord Zedd right now. He is, like, insane in this game.
He's really fun. I love how he throws putties at people. That's just hilarious.
Yeah. I really love all of the moves that they gave him. I mean, I'm sure that his voice would have been cooler if they had the original actor, but they couldn't really do anything about that. Yeah. But he is super scary to play against.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say. And it's like, you just have to watch out for that staff, because I feel like the range on that thing is like the entire screen, basically.
It's insane how that is able to reach people. And it also pulls them toward you, so then you can just, you know.
Yeah. Well, you're a lot better at getting the super moves for Zedd than me, but he's got his throne and stuff like that for the super
You have to
moves.
connect with his super moves, though.
Oh, okay.
It's not just, oh, okay, I'm going to do my super move now. It's like, no, you have to actually connect with it.
I mean,
We got her.
oh my gosh, nice job! There we go.
That's the super move.
There's a super move. Good job.
But I don't even think she took down our Zedd yet. Nope.
Just like, I mean, when you think about like Jason's moves and how they're very powerful, like extremely powerful and fast with a lot of power, I feel like Zedd's are even more so, like the way that his moves are extremely quick, and you know, you can just feel like the aggression and everything he's doing.
And he can easily bridge the gap like between him and his opponent. I mean, it makes him a very formidable fighter, and you know.
Yeah.
He can both be close range with his grapple moves, which is, you know, oozing with power. He grabs you and he throws you.
Yeah.
And then if he needs to add some space between you, he can use his staff. But I really feel like I've seen a character that reminds me of Zedd's moveset.
Oh,
not in this game.
Yeah, that's what you were saying to me. Like a similar character in another game.
It might be cross-tag battle.
Oh,
Like a character with a scythe or something like that that could
yeah.
attack like halfway across the screen.
Maybe there is a character like that, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there are a lot of really cool characters in that game. I have to say, going up against Zedd, when I first started playing against him, it's like, oh my gosh, like, he's kind of scary, and I was always, like, in the corner scared of him because
Yeah.
he freaks me out. He's really intimidating. I mean,
Ow.
that's how Zedd is, though.
Dang.
But yeah, I am curious to wonder if he has, like, another face behind that mask.
That's gonna keep you up at night, isn't it?
That's gonna keep me up all the time. I don't think that question is ever gonna be answered for me. Because I don't think he ever took his mask off in the show. Or maybe the mask is his face.
It could be.
I mean, everything is on the outside of him, so it's weird.
And this stage is still not available, like, in the versus mode yet, as far as we know. This is Lord Draken's palace in the background.
Oh,
So this is the battlefield where the Rangers made their last stand.
Yeah, from the story mode, yeah.
Of course, they did some things different with the story mode. Like, Draken actually wins at the end of Beyond the Grid.
Oh, wow.
And the, I guess they're called, like, Ranger entities, like these three spirits of Power Rangers past, present, and future. Blue, red, and the Yellow Rangers. Mm-hmm. they come in and they basically have to stop Draken by resurrecting the original Six Rangers. And since it's their comic book, it's called Mighty Morphin, you know. So they bring them in. They beat Draken in his reality where he is pretending to basically be Superman. Like, he is the one who's saving Earth and doing all this stuff.
So in his reality, he pretends like he's a good guy.
Even though he's
But in all
not.
the other realities, he destroys people.
Yeah. So the best way I can put it is, you probably don't remember this, but do you remember the Justice Lords from Justice League? The evil version of the Justice League that weren't really evil.
I do.
They kind of were evil in the sense that they took over their country and they wiped out their villains. So once he's the only Ranger remaining, he goes and creates like this utopia world. And it's not really... It kind of is a utopia, but it's very similar to the Justice Lords. Like, the press isn't allowed to speak their mind. People have to obey the small laws in order not to face the wrath of Draken. And, you know, everybody is looking up to him except for a few group of people that, you know, were brought into this world by the Ranger entities. Sorry, Jason.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry!
So it's like, basically, everything is peaceful.
Right there.
Oh no! I didn't mean to do that.
Fire.
Ah, that was painful. Oh. Yeah, and then in the end, just like the story of this game, Tommy, older Tom, or dead Tommy, confronts evil Tommy. And the one constant in the universe is all the Tommies are good except for Draken. So Draken is the mistake.
Oh. It's hard for me to believe that every Tommy would be good except for Draken. Especially if there's infinite amount of Earths. Because you would think that there'd be degrees, like there'd be some Tommies that would be kind of anti-heroes, the same as like every other. Because I thought that people, well, I'm just saying theoretically, because people say that every action we do here, like somewhere, like there's another version of us that makes the opposite decisions. You'd think that there would be as many evil Tommies as good.
Oh no!
I don't know.
Wow, Jen is not one to mess around with. Oh my gosh, big trouble here. It took Jen to beat Jen! Woo!
But yeah, I mean that, I guess for the story purposes, it is really cool that, you know, he was the only bad one, because it showed that that Tommy wasn't supposed to be evil.
No.
It was that guy's decision to be evil.
But of course the end of, you know, Beyond the Grids sets up, or whatever, Shatter Grid sets up Beyond the Grid, then it sets up the new necessary evil.
So what you're saying is,
It's time for a gold rush.
Oh.
originally, so they all die.
Yep.
Everyone dies.
Yep. And
Wow.
even the Rangers on the moon, like when they're fighting Draken's forces, there are a lot of Rangers that you see just fall on the battlefield. There's hundreds of Rangers fighting. Like Jason,
Wow.
Lord Draken has his army, and Jason has an army consisting of Rangers from all over the multiverse.
All right. So did they make people wait for the next issue to find out that so that they resurrected some Rangers, or did
No.
did people get really depressed knowing everyone died?
Well, yeah, there was a cliffhanger, but then there was the final, you know, confrontation between the Six Rangers and Draken.
Oh.
And then at the end of the book, how it ends is the Rangers are holding their hands and they're resetting reality. And everybody forgets what happens, and you don't even see if the Mighty Morphin team is still around. And then it picks up in an issue called Power Rangers Necessary Evil. Like, what happens is, the next issue is actually a group of survivors that didn't end up being sent back to their realities because they're kind of like outside of time. They're Rangers that shouldn't exist.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So, example, the Zeo Yellow Ranger is actually from the past. She's not from the present. Tanya gets her powers from Aisha. Like, Aisha was the one who gave up her Zeo powers and stayed back in Africa to become a veterinarian, which was just a way they could get the actress off the show. In fact, Aisha didn't even come back to the actress. Karen Ashley didn't return, so they had her kid actor basically, you know, migrate her off the show.
So she became a veterinarian child?
I don't know. Don't. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go to 16 years of school, it might be good to start out when you're really small.
Yeah, there
Then you
go.
get out before you're like 60 years old.
Having Time Force Pink is definitely a boon to me because she's a great cleanup character, especially when I mess up with Zedd and Zeo Gold. She's right there to catch me when I fall.
I love Pink.
She's cool. And there's actually another Pink Ranger that was teased. Catherine, Zeo Ranger 1, Pink.
Ooh.
She was in the battle. And I saw Rocky's Zeo Ranger there too. Might do a video showing people like upcoming Rangers maybe.
Yeah, like hinting at possible upcoming Rangers, like Doggy Ranger.
We'll never give up without a fight.
Because Old N-Wave, they told me that there was only going to be 2 waves of DLC. Like, the first wave lasting the spring into the summer, and then the second wave being sometime in the fall to 2020. They didn't say anything about a, season 3 character group, but,
Yeah.
based on the growing popularity of this game, it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, like, Enway is completely, like, kind of revamped anyway, so who knows what they're gonna decide. Like, they might, I know that it's completely different Enway right now, so it's like, they could decide anything. They could add tons of new DLC. I was kind of wondering your opinion on something, Luke. Did you think that the last episode of, like, the new story mode for Power Rangers was short, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. It was actually supposed to release in May when Gold Ranger was originally supposed to come out.
Yeah.
He and Jen were supposed to be in it. Notice how Lord Zedd wasn't in the story at all. He does play a role in the story, but he's not in it. Uh-oh. This is getting
Well, yeah, I mean, if you guys have not seen our episodes of the last part of the story, it's a 2-parter, and you guys should definitely check it out. It's amazing. But I finally realized why they have Trey as a Gold Ranger in this. And that's so that Jason can kind of lead the charge, and the Gold Ranger can be another Ranger being led by Jason. So that makes sense.
Oh, just like in the comic, I mean, Jason is the leader of the Ranger Army, and everybody is saying, is that really ASJ doing the speech? It's like, yes, that's ASJ. Yeah. The reason why it doesn't sound like Jason is because ASJ, he based Jason after his parents who were military and police officers. So that speech that he's doing, that call to action, is not like, okay, Rangers, that's him, basically being a military commander. That's really ASJ, though.
Yeah, I feel like he's playing a different Jason than the one in the show, because the one in the show, he was a teenager, and this Jason, he's, older, and he's leading all these Rangers, like a whole group of them.
He's leading people to essentially to their end, too, because a lot of those Rangers, if the universe continued, like, you would have had half those Rangers on the battlefield not make it. It was a nasty battle.
He is, like, more of a, powerful leader of Austin St. John than he was, when he first started out. Like, he's grown as a leader to the point where he's leading not just his group, but, like, tons of different Rangers.
Goldar, I tasked you to serve Rita, and instead you protect the man who destroyed her. How do you answer for this betrayal? I don't have to answer to you, Lord Draken. He's my bastard now, and he has proven to be more powerful than you ever could be. Spineless, sniveling fool! You will witness firsthand the consequences of turning your back on me! When I want your opinion,
I wish I had that effect for his voice. That's really cool.
Yeah. Those. And Lucas, to be careful of how much he does Goldar, because Goldar rips them his voice.
Oh, Goldar and Vegeta both are the only people that really hurt my voice.
Yeah. I do like your Lord Zedd voice, though. It's pretty good. But yeah, if we had like a filter for it or something, that'd be cool.
I would love a filter. That'd be great. Wow, Zedd is just insane.
Yeah, he is. I mean, they made him so cool in this game. I don't know if they're gonna end up nerfing him, probably.
Probably. I mean, but I mean,
powerful.
he's gonna be like this until at least sometime in September. You know that.
Yeah,
It takes them a while to patch this stuff.
It's kind of fun how powerful he is right now, but yeah, he's eventually... It's kind of unfair how crazy he is. And Luke and I feel like they added new moves for a lot of the other Rangers.
Some of them they did, yeah.
It feels like they've like kind of added some different things. Not major new moves, but just a little... Changed up the moveset a little bit. Improve the speed.
Oh, I was gonna summon Pyramidas, but...
You still love playing as Gold Ranger, though.
Yeah, Trey's fun.
Yeah, it definitely is Trey. I mean...
He's still... I mean, I like playing as all the new DLC characters. They're a lot of fun to play. I think I know how the DLC is gonna work now. I think it's gonna be a monster and then 2 Rangers. Because, think about it. Trini Zord is technically a monster character, then you had 2 Rangers. You had the blue Alien Force Ranger, and then you had Mystic White. Then, with, you know, Season 2, you had a monster character, Lord Zedd, and 2 Rangers. Zeo Gold and Pink Time Force. So I see a female Ranger, a male Ranger, and a monster of some kind.
Yeah.
We will see how 10,000 years of banishment changes your attitude.
Oh no, Goldar's gonna be banished.
I don't know who the monster could be. I mean, they could borrow from any character from Legacy Wars or whatever, because Lord Zedd wasn't in the story, so it doesn't matter, you know, who they bring in. The only thing that was in the story for Lord Zedd was his scepter, which you saw Finster using. That was it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the most obvious thing they could bring in is Rita, but other than that, they could bring in somebody else that would be cool.
I mean, if you wanted to go the whole monster route, you could have Doggy in it. Like, but I feel he would fall under the Ranger category and not the monster.
Yeah, I don't feel like he's so much a monster,
but you could be
he could be another non-human.
Yeah, he could be could be non-human. You're right, because Trini, technically she was a Ranger, but she was in her dragon form. But the first 3 group of characters that you got, you know, they were more or less all Rangers. Whereas the second DLC group were not all Rangers. Zedd was the enemy of the Rangers.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Ooh. Okay.
I'm just trying to think of all the different monsters they had for Legacy Wars to think of what they could bring in.
A lot. There's a lot of popular ones too.
Yeah.
But just because they bring these characters in, Gold Ranger and Time Force Pink, they all had a role to play in the story. That always was going to be the case. Like, Gold Ranger, he was in the game from the very beginning, according to the leaked information. But they were having problems with him, so he couldn't release back in May. Kyle Higgins, when he did an interview, he was actually surprised that the whole story wasn't finished yet, because he did all the recording with ASJ and JDF for the story, you know, months ago. At the beginning of the year.
Oh, wow.
Because that's the only time that ASJ and JDF had time off. So they didn't go in and do new recordings. That was all...
Yeah, because they have a schedule where they have to go to all these conventions.
Exactly, yep.
Yeah, and I mean, that has to take a lot out of them. I mean, there's no time. When you're at a convention, you have to, like, be there and basically entertain all your fans, like, the entire time. There's no, like, time off.
I love that move. It's just so fun. And then you have that extra, like, you know, you're finished type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, another really cool thing that Luke and I noticed when we were doing the story was they changed the voice for Ranger Slayer, yeah.
Well, they didn't change it, they just
made her other Eagle higher pitched voice.
And they added that nice little combo for her, too.
Yeah.
Raining down destruction. Oh, okay.
I still don't understand, though. Ranger Slayer knew Tommy, who became Lord Draken from her universe.
She was brainwashed. Her team was wiped out. So, in the Coinless world, we've been over this, but the reason why he got the White Ranger powers is he killed Jason during the transfer of the White Power, because, as Zordon says, the transfer from one Ranger power to the next, like the White Ranger power, which is the purest of the pure, it leaves your Ranger vulnerable. Now, Jason half morphed as the Red and White Ranger did fight off Green Ranger, but he had the Sword of Darkness and he had like a power staff or something, so he overpowered Jason when Jason was at half power, killed him, stole the White Ranger powers, then he killed Billy and destroyed Zordon. So
Wow.
So you finally come. Welcome, Lord Zedd, to my domain. I've been expecting you.
Then you know who I am, boy. Lord Zedd, Emperor of Evil. Bow before me, and perhaps I may take pity on you and spare your life.
You're delusional, and you're not worthy of my respect. I will destroy you as easily as I did Rita.
Insolent imbecile, you dare threaten me? I'll take back what is rightfully mine, and your head with it! When I want your opinion, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, they're definitely using a machine for Zedd, though.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, it's a sound effect. I'll try to mess around with some stuff. Just to...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, if we can, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. I mean, I think you're doing a great job. I mean, I'm just glad I don't have to do Rita anymore with the story.
I thought you did great with Rita.
I thought my voice was gonna, like, get destroyed. Thank you, though.
Ow. It's not that funny. Oh yeah, that just evens the playing field so much.
Oh, it was the lady who played Rita's, the actress who played Rita in the United States, her birthday recently.
Well, she was the second Rita.
Oh,
Second
okay,
or
the
third.
second. Alright.
There was a season 1 Rita, there was a season 2, season 3, and then there was the cameo Rita.
Yeah, I was surprised when they showed the actress next to Rita, and they showed the actress like, oh, she looks completely different without the Rita costume on. She doesn't.
Oh, I missed.
She actually is very pretty without the whole Rita makeup and everything like that.
Oh. Oh, wow. So yeah, if you guys are wondering, they actually did improve. I would say there's a lot of people complaining about the end of the story, like in terms of difficulty. It is harder. What I would recommend with Tommy, if you're struggling fighting with the Green Ranger against, Draken,
yeah.
make sure you use your A attack, your hard move. It's a nice little basic combo, and for whatever reason, Draken is a lot weaker to it than your Y and your X, kicks and stuff like that. You can really whittle them down with just the A button, and then when you have the ability to use your super move, or not necessarily Dragon Zord, but his nice little Dragon Dagger combo, do that, and you'll beat him.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely cranked Lord Draken up to 11.
They still need to add a difficulty slider to Arcade, though, because it's too easy still.
Yeah.
That's it. Done.
Nice job! Well, I think you did a great job on the story mode and this arcade mode.
It was fun.
You're doing a fantastic
And we got tons
job.
of versus videos, guys.
You paid for your treachery with your life.
That's it.
Don't hurt me, Lord Zedd.
Zedd. Zedd is
I'm
interesting.
gonna cower in the corner.
Okay. So anyway, guys and gals, that does it for Power Rangers, the arcade mode. Until new characters come out, we've done all 15 characters,
Woohoo!
which was a lot of fun for us. And we did the story, so you can check out the playlist for that. We also have tons of versus videos for Lord Zedd all this week and part of next, because there's another fighting game coming out. See, Carl Higgins is the dude responsible for the story.
Oh,
so as far as
okay.
I know, the story is over. There's no new additional voice actors. And Melissa Folliers, I believe, who is a big part of Beast Morphers, like as a producer, she also had a hand in adapting the story for the game. So she worked with Kyle Higgins, and they did the story together.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that's why there were some changes. Instead of Jason dying in a Megazord to, demorph all of Draken's forces, they had Trini grow in the Dragon Zord, and then she broke it. But Jason died in the comics, like sacrificing himself. to
Yeah.
basically stop Draken's forces.
That's weird that they would change that. That's like such a like dramatic part of the story.
Well, I mean, it's a T-rated game, and the comic, I would say, is definitely more mature because a lot of Rangers don't make it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's it, people. You can see there's still at least 3 more spots for different Rangers, maybe even 4. I don't know.
Ooh.
We'll find out the rest of this year, but we hope you guys enjoy our Lord Zedd coverage all this week. God bless and happy gaming. Thanks so much for watching.
See ya.